Hello, I'm so excited for today's video. I'm Savannah Poulsen, welcome. I am going to be unboxing and trying my brand new Olive Rose makeup products. So I have tried the Skin Tint Serum before, but it has actually been slightly reformulated and repackaged. I'm very excited about the updates that have happened. Oh, my puppy. Hi, bud. The updates that have happened to the skin serum, and I'm hoping that today when I try it that it's like everything we could ever dream of in a skin tint serum. So my plan, if I love it, is actually going to be to start putting on just like in the morning with my skincare routine, and having it be my morning skincare and then just having it as my base that's on my face all the time. And so works really well with other products. And so if you're using Saint or you're using other makeup lines, you can still use that as like a really beautiful base to your makeup. So we'll see how it goes today. I ordered 3 shades so that I can do a little like highlighting, contouring, or be able to like kind of adjust the shade if I need to, because the new range of colors are different than the old colors. And so I did link in the description of this video a quiz, a shade finder quiz. So if you want to know your colors for the Olive Rose Skin Tint, please take that quiz, because I have like not even tried them personally yet. And so that's definitely the best way to get a color match at this point. My puppy just thinks that I'm talking to him on this video. Do you want to come say hi? Here, come closer. No? You're just gonna sit right there. He's gonna lay right at my feet. Okay, so I'm going to start doing that today. I also got the mascara and one of the blushes. And so there are still 3 blush shades in stock currently at the time of this video being live. And the mascara is available too, and then the skin tint serum. So I think pretty much everything I'm going to show you today is available. The contours are coming soon. They're pre-order. The setting spray is currently available. There's a primer coming soon and a concealer coming soon. So very excited. Oh, hi Teresa. Look how beautiful this box is. I love it. So the world's first waterless, no makeup based on hydroxytyrosol. So if you don't know what hydroxytyrosol is, it's an antioxidant found in the extract of the olive leaf, and it just has incredible powers. And so Google hydroxytyrosol, it will tell you a whole list of all the things that it does, but it's just like a powerhouse. And so it's found, that molecule is found in the leaves of the olive tree. And so what olive tree people, so Oliveda, LA Dope, Olive Rose, those are all like brands within Olive Tree People. So what Olive Tree People does is pulls those leaves from the olive leaves and then grinds them down, and that liquid that comes from those replaces water as the first ingredient in all of their products. And so the first ingredient becomes this powerhouse ingredient, and so 100% of their products are bioactive and are able to be fully utilized by your body, as well as you're not paying for any kind of fillers or paying for water in your product. You are paying for a pure product. So that's kind of the rundown on hydroxytyrosol. All right, so I just opened up, this is the new packaging for the Olive Rose serum, and they are still glass, which I love these bottles. I think they're so pretty. And so I got shade 1, shade 11, and shade 3. And I'm guessing 3 is going to be like a perfect match for my face. And so I'm hoping to use 11 for some bronzing and 1 for some brightening. And so I'm going to dip right in. So if you've gotten the serum before, you know you had to shake it like crazy, and then there was a dropper on it. And sometimes the dropper would like have product all over it, and you would kind of like have to manage not like spilling some of the product. And so this new packaging style is a pump, and the new formula doesn't require that like really aggressive shaking, so not as much separation. I still would shake it, but you don't have to just like completely shake it like crazy. Do I know when they'll be available in Canada? I've heard very soon, and so I can post and let you know when I hear for sure. Thanks, Stacy. All right, so this is shade 3. Let's just go for it. I think I'm gonna use, ooh, it's thicker. I would say it's thicker than the old formula. And so I'm going to use my finger for this side. So when I first put it on, I feel like this right here, this thicker consistency looks like a lot fuller coverage than the old serum. But I feel like as I am kind of working this around and spreading the product out, that you can get it to that like less coverage zone. You really don't need a lot of product. Holy cow. This was like more than I think I need for my entire face. So a little bit goes a long way. I am just using my fingers, but you totally can use a brush. You can use a sponge. Okay, so see how there's less product here, and I was able to kind of distribute it. It gives you that really beautiful glow without a ton of coverage, which is definitely more ideal for me. I would prefer less coverage so I can kind of control what parts of my face look like they have makeup on them and what parts don't. But I want the benefits of the serum everywhere. Hi, Julia. I am back. I've had like kind of a weird experience the last couple weeks, I'd say. I had just like, I don't even know, like come to Jesus myself basically, where I was just like, you need to make some definitive decisions in your life. Like stop living in this wishy-washy, stop speaking things to existence that you don't know that you really want or care about or really feel. I was like, what do you actually feel, Savannah? And then how can you speak about it differently to yourself? And that genuinely like changed everything for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, what is true in my life? What do I feel? What do I really want? And it like just helped me get so much clarity, and I've like completely changed some habits like night and day, and they haven't even been hard to change, where in the past I've struggled so much. For instance, like maintaining like housework while also doing a whole bunch of other things. And it's just like been a non-issue since I've just made a different decision and like made a game plan and then spoke to myself about it differently. So anyway, that's how I've kind of like come to terms with, you know, what I'm going to do content wise going forward. And I decided, I'm like, I genuinely love all of you. I love this job. So like, why am I thinking I maybe won't do it? Anyway, so I will do it. I will do this job, and I'll hopefully do it well for you. For as much as I had on that spread out and blended beautifully, right? So that's where I feel like, okay, you can definitely build up this formula more. So say for instance, I wanted a little extra coverage right here. I would do more of a dabbing motion than like swiping it around like I was. I definitely feel like start with less and build up so that you don't have, like you're not trying to like wipe stuff away, you know? All right, so this side has the olive rose. This side does not yet. Oh, a little bit right through here. But I feel like very similar to the old formula. It actually feels like softer on my skin. And I do have really sensitive acne prone skin, and the old formula, sometimes I would react to, like it would just feel a little hot on my skin or things like that. How cute, Amy. Hello to your son. Oh, sorry. And so I am just going to hurry and, oh, I just saw the time. I have like 5 minutes till I have to be ready to go. That's the dog reminding me of that. Okay, so I do feel like similar to the old formula, it just looks like you put like a filter over your skin. So it still looks like skin, but it's just this like gorgeous glowy, so you can still see some of my like dark spots, but definitely not as much. And again, we can just put a little bit more on to add a little extra coverage. So very skin-like. Aw, thanks, Julia. I'm so happy you guys are still here. Thanks for sticking with me in this awkward transition time. Can you hear my cute kids getting home from school in the background? Brian's trying to shush them. They're totally fine though. Okay, so I'm just adding a little extra coverage, mainly because I have so much extra product on my hands. So definitely start with one pump, maybe even a half of a pump, honestly, depending on how much you want on your skin. I'm wearing a higher necked shirt, so I can't like pull this down on my whole neck, but I'm going to put this under here because first and foremost, this is skincare. So I think view it as such. That's why I'm like, okay, in the morning, I am going to put this on as my like morning serum. Like this is my skincare, and you don't want to overload your face with too many like active ingredients, especially if your skin has not really gotten adapted to it yet. And so for me, I can't really overload my skin. It gets really sad. And so this is going to be enough. Thank you. My hair is, honestly, it's finally stopped falling out, which is like a miracle. And I have so much regrowth. So I'll have to do, look at that like glow on my hand now. So pretty. I will have to do a video on hair and kind of what I've tested and tried because it's been quite the process. Okay, I'm going to take a brush here for my last few minutes, and I'm going to take this makeup action. Hi, Amy. I'm going to take a tiny bit of shade 11, and I just guessed again on my shades. So shade 11 should be able to give me like some bronzing, and I'm excited to try the contour stick just so that we have something to kind of compare that to. But I'm going to use a brush with this kind of bronzing shade to see if I can put it exactly where I want it in kind of an airbrushed type application. So this is going up here. It does have some warmth to it for sure. Your hair's falling out like crazy. Dang it. It's honestly, it's insane how common it is. And the hard part is actually nailing down what is causing it. And honestly, I still can't really tell you what caused mine. But when I listed out what it could be, it was like, it could be 10 things. And you're like, okay, if it could be 10 things, then it's could be all 10 things, you know? And so that's where it makes it really hard to kind of narrow it down and get to that root cause. And so for me, a lot of it was eliminating stress. And I also figured out what supplements I was really sensitive to. So it turns out biotin and collagen are no-nos for me. And I didn't know that. So they were actually like creating more issues with my hair than they were solving. And so that was a really kind of tough thing to like figure out. But I don't know, maybe I will do maybe my next live video, I'll just talk to you about all the things I've gone through with my hair, just because I do feel like it's like this very full discussion. And I have a lot more to say on it than I have time for today. Okay, that's pretty right. I love that. A little warmth, warm it all up. And then now we're going to highlight with shade 1. And again, you don't have to highlight and contour with these. I just think it's really fun to kind of play around with. And I wanted to be able to adjust the, I guess, intensity of the color. Like if my color that I chose as my main ended up being a little too light or a little too dark, I wanted to be able to add a touch more of something else in there to equal it out. But I feel like my level 3 ended up just being a perfect fit. So this is shade 1, and I am just going to be very specific with where I put this lighter shade here and soften that out just to get a little bit of pop of highlighting. It's right up here on the top of my cheekbone, My husband just texted me. He's like, we need to leave. I'm like, I know, I just saw the time. So I'll hurry and get this wrapped up here. We just have blush and mascara left, so it should go pretty quick. A little bit of highlighting through here. Is that 2 earrings on my ear? So this one is 2, 1, 2, and then I have 3, 4 over here, and then I have 3 right here. These little guys right here, this one and this one, Brian just bought me on our trip to Italy. They're like little diamonds, and so it's like my first time I've had like real diamond earrings. So I'm like, please stay on. I feel a little nervous about it, but anyway, it was really, really sweet. I definitely cried. Okay, so that is highlighting my whole entire foundation with Skin Tint Serum. Wow, it is like also not sticky at all. It's very like silky and soft. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do another video with these when I have like way more time. All right, I chose Rosewood, a very dark, one of the darker, warmer colors, because I typically love dark, warm colors like sandstone, rosewood. Saint has a rosewood also, and I love that one. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna lean in and see. This is very, very warm. I'm just, instead of putting it on my cheeks, I'm just going in on my lips like right away. Okay, I'm gonna definitely put like a, here, I'm gonna put Coco Mero over it. Or, yeah, Coco Mero. Thanks, Sheila. I told myself when I got my doubles, I was like, that's enough. That's all the piercings I need. And then I got these 2 up here. I was like, that's definitely enough. And then this top one closed. And since this is so dark, I know I'm squirreling right now. Since this is so dark, I'm going to use a brush to apply it. I think you can literally just do it, and I will do it another time like that. But, oh, yeah, okay. A little bit goes a long way. Anyway, one of the top ones closed, and I only had an earring out of it for like an hour, and I had had them for like 2 years, and it closed. They just heal so fast. And so I have only had 1 piercing in there for a while. And then I just barely, I love this little bronzy color. Anyway, I've been avoiding re-piercing it because it hurt so bad. It was so hard to heal. But while we were in Barcelona, my friends and I decided to go get pierced. And so I had it done, and it actually has been healing like a dream. So we went to like a really highly rated like piercing studio though, and I feel like that helped a lot. Okay, love that blush. Creamy, dreamy, blends everything you'd want in blush. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, I need to put something on my eyes really quick. I'm gonna grab this pepper stick here and just throw some pepper. You don't really want to use the skin tint on your eyes. Again, it's an active skincare serum. So we want to be really careful that we're not like putting it too close to the eyes and stuff like that. So otherwise I would have put that bronzer right on top of my eyelids at the same time. But I'm just gonna grab this is Pepper from Saint. And I'm also going to use Pepper to get a little bit more defined contour line. Right here. So the color I was using on my cheeks was Rosewood. So in the interim, my daughter wanted to go get pierced for her birthday, and I was not brave enough to do my second piercing up here again because it hurt so bad the first time. And so that's how I ended up with this third one up here. It's because she's like, get something pierced. And I was just like so scared. And so I was like, this one down here. So the blush was, yes, I used the new one. The blush was Rosewood. Okay, this is the new mascara. It's supposedly like one of the best ingredients that you can find in a mascara. And so I'm very excited to keep trying it and hopefully falling in love with it, because especially things that go like really close to your eyes and stuff like that, I just think, you know, the cleaner the product can be, the better. This is really like fluffy and feathery. I think mascaras are always hard to judge straight out of the bottle. I feel like you need to give them a solid like month to see the evolution of them. The base that I have on is the new formula of Olive Rose, and I have a lighter color and a darker color on, as well as my main shade. So I used 3 all over, and I used 11 for my bronzer, and I used shade 1 for highlighter. And again, you don't have to highlight and contour with it unless you really want to and love that look. You can just use it as like a main shade and then still highlight and contour with like your Saint palette or something like that. If you're looking for like a little bit more of an affordable highlight and contour option. So yeah, it all is applying really softly. Yeah, base shade Carla was 3. But there is a shade finder quiz. Okay, I gotta go. I might have to do a second coat in the car while we're driving over. I do like this big fluffy brush. Oh, Sheila, yeah, that must mean you love a tubing mascara. Thanks, Julia. I feel like they're being a little unruly these days, like some crisscrossing happening, but I think that's just every so often they just have to remind you that they're in charge and that they call the shots, you know? They're like, oh, we're just gonna be difficult if we want to be difficult, and you just have to deal with that. You see everyone using shade 6 is 3 light. So honestly, I debated ordering shade 6, but the thing I've found about Olive Rose is it's so forgiving. So basically, as kind of unforgiving as your shade match for Saint has been all of these years, this couldn't be more opposite. Like, it is so forgiving, and so I could definitely see myself being able to wear 3 or 4 shades as my main one. And so I feel like just take the shade finder quiz and then go from there. But they are really, really, really forgiving. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing with the mascara and then give you like a definitive opinion on it, but so far it's a very light and feathery look. All right, there's my full face of Olive Rose. I can't wait to get the other products and be able to show them to you, but I gotta run. We have an appointment and I'm gonna be late, so I will go live soon. And next one, I'll talk to you all about hair, because I know that that's like a very thing. Yes, it has to get, you have to like experience a mascara through all of its seasons. Okay, well, go grab some Olive Rose and then let me know what you think of it when you get your order. And I can't wait to continue playing with it and doing more tutorials with it with you. Okay, love you, bye.